So every 72 hours, the sac is full and there's the need for a release.
Okay.
So that's why when people are married, it's very, very important for them to have a strong
Nigerian pastor and entrepreneur Pastor Dr. OLUMIDE Emmanuel have triggered a lot of reaction on the internet after he publicly said in an interview at TVC that men are supposed to be having sex every 72 hours. You won't believe everything he said in this interview. So this interview is at TVC. And guys, so many people are wondering, okay, is this correct? Is this information not? But I'm going to allow you to watch the video. Make sure you see this video till the end so you understand this particular narrative he's giving to the public, that every married people should be having sex at least 3 times in a week. But before you watch the full video, hello, welcome to Quick View Sports, where we'll bring you all the latest news. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification so you get notified when we upload another amazing video. After watching, let us know if you agree with his narrative. Is it scientifically proven or is just a personal fact? We would like to hear your own opinion in the comments below. Enjoy the video, guys.
Thanks for staying with us. See how our guest, Dr. OLUMIDE Emmanuel, who was helping us understand why men need to release every 72 hours. Please break it down.
So, like I was saying, there are different ways.
But I always tell them on this table, sir, that the Geo doesn't release every 72 hours. I am very sure.
Okay, so we go into a lot of. So let's not. We may get to that point, but you see, so every 72 hours, the sac is full and there's the need for a release.
Okay.
So that's why when people are married, it's very, very important for them to have a strong, healthy, sexy, sexual life. So that means that at least once or twice in a week, there should be a release. So now, but where the problem now comes in is there's what we call sexual libido. Some people have low sexual libido, some people have high sexual libido. They will now talk about sexual libido compatibility and management. So that's another thing. But you see, the other aspect is that a lot of women, they don't realize that when you get married, as a man or as a woman, your marriage is where you are supposed to express all your sexual fantasy.
No shame.
So when I marry you, you are supposed to be Mommy Gio, and you're also supposed to be Badi Gio.
Okay.
So, but when you now come into the marriage, when the Bible says marriage is honorable, bed undefiled, it means that whatever 2 people that are married decide to do, mutually agree that in this marriage, this is what we want to do, that is their life. There is no defilement there. But when people get married, because a lot of pastors and a lot of religious leaders has given them their own personal preference and personal experience as a doctrine, people now go into marriage and they want to fast and pray. They say, Lord, this thing we're about to do, this thing we're about to commit. As if when they're having sex, the omnipresent God is not there. God that created sex. Sometimes I tell my wife, I say, this God is mighty. So you mean God sat down, he created this thing. It means that God wants our life to be sweet. Because that is the kind of, we don't see God in that life. We are doing as if we are more holy than God. So a lot of women don't allow their husband to express their fantasies. I'm talking of normal fantasy. I'm not talking of madness or no. So when you now want to do it, say no, let's do it this way. Most people is just missionary style. Where did you see it? In the Bible or any that this is the way it must be done. So by the time you are now asking for variety, at the end of the day, they say, no, then your fantasy will now lead you to want to go and explore.
Sometimes men always assume that women don't want, because they don't see that women like that. They don't see, because she's now the mommy of children.
No.
So they don't see her in that light.
Let's now go to that aspect of mommy. Now, you see, a lot of women also need to understand this. When you are not married, you dress well, you look good, you look fantastic. But by the time you now marry, you now think, I don't settle. I'm not going to.
There's house management, there's children management, there's even children. Women are even doing car management these days. Women are doing community. They're like, there's nobody can say, how many people can be going to do facials every day?
No, nobody's saying do facials. But that's not an excuse not to be intentional about spicing up your marriage. Because we are talking about the problem that it has led to. You just come, so I'm leaving home in the morning. If you are not living with me, I'm living in the morning, you are with rapper. So the first,
sexy, sir, please, so, that matter.
No. Sexy to who? So you are, where is the negligee? Where is the nightgown? Where is the lacy stuff? So I'm living what as pastor? That's the problem. I am a human being. Which one is pastor there? I am a pastor and so on. So now I leave home in the morning. The picture I see is not exciting. Then I go to the work, I see people pushing it up, coste, paddock everywhere, billboard everywhere. I go through all that emotional torture. I return out in the night again. You are a Maxi. You are a Maxi with spoon in your hand.
Let me go. Wait 1 second, please. 1 second. Okay. Tunde from Magodo, thanks for calling. You're live.
Morayo and the ladies. I have 2 questions for Dr. Olumide.
Please.
He said something that you are a slave to your commitment. How can you be a slave to a killer? Then the second one, to love imperfect person. How can you love a killer? Because marriage of nowadays, you see spouses, wife killing husband and killing wife. Is that at least some few years ago, you can hear about a gospel singer that was killed by her husband. Is that why should somebody stay in a violent environment? You know, I've been married for over 2 decades, and I know what women are. At least Yoruba normally says that, you know, at times you see that women will be the husband in the house. They like to take control, and the man may not like that. So I want him to elaborate on this. You are a slave to your commitment. I can't be a slave to a killer. Okay. Again, in my own days, I came from a polygamous house. Apart from my other wives my father has, he has side chicks, and they do come to the house. And the other wives, they can't say anything. Nowadays, a man and a woman, and the man has a side chick, the man is dead already. Because the woman will not take it easy with the man. It's either he poison him, or he kill him, spiritually or emotionally. No? Thank you very much.
So you have offloaded about 3 different. So let me see if I can quickly deal with the one of them. When I say you are a slave to your choices and your decisions, it simply means once you make a decision, whatever comes with the decision, you need to know that you have to be ready. If you are walking around, taking buses, taking BRT, and one day you say, look, I want to buy a car. The very minute you buy a car, everything that comes with car, fueling car, going to mechanic. If you are in traffic, you have to see that you can't abandon your car. If you are in bus, you can come back. That is what I mean. So if you decide to get married, the very way you get married, inside marriage, there's responsibility, there's forgiveness, there are challenges, there will be children, there will be fees to pay, bills to pay. You have to be ready to pay. You can't get married and say, I'm not going to do that. Inside marriage, there is sex, there is food. You cannot say, I don't do sex, I don't want to have sex. No, you have married. You have to know what comes with it. Then the second thing you said is, how do you marry a killer? You did not marry a killer. You married someone you love. If the person was a killer, you would not have married them. But when you got married to them, something happened. And you now discover things that are contrary to your expectation. At that point, you deal with that issue. If you need to go for counseling, you need to go for coaching, you need to do psychotherapy counseling, you deal with it in order to see how you can solve it. And then the third aspect of women are this or whatever. Side chicks. You see what this, I don't know why. You see, your parents that you said your father is a polygamy. If you are a polygamist and you want to marry somebody that is okay with that. We have Nima on this table that already knows that, okay, this is my belief. So if it's going to come, it's part of the package. So when you are marrying a woman, let her know, babe, I love you, but me, I believe in multiple wives. So it may get to a point I need to marry another one. No problem. If she's okay, she's okay. But you cannot marry somebody with a monogamous vision and then shift the goalposts along the way and expect her to now accept it. Because you see, the best way to think is there's what we call the golden rule and the platinum rule. Do unto others as you want to be done unto you. If your wife shows up tomorrow with a guy and say, this is my side cock, how will you feel? Because men, sometimes when they say some of these things, it seems as if they don't listen to themselves. And these are the issues why we say you need to be a kingdom man, so that those kind of software will not be operating.
Coming from a man. Thank you.
So the narration of Pastor Olumide Emmanuel's opinion about, marriage and a relationship affairs, oh my God, it got a lot of women excited because let's be honest, relationship in Africa doesn't favor women. Yes, especially men who believe they are polygamous, they believe they can have as many women as possible, but the women can't do the same. Some give it to the excuse that men should not stay alone and so on. But from what he's saying, obviously he's including that women should also be, paid attention to. If a woman wakes up and tell you she has her own side, whatever, how would you feel if you put yourself in her shoe? You also encourage women to dress well. And I used to tell babes, dress well, look good, smell nice. If you were a baddie before you got married, don't change because you're not having children. When you finish having time for your children, have time for yourself. Guys, let us know your own opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.